Welcome, my lovelies, to class today and a little bit of Pilates for you. We're going to be focusing on foot mobility today, including the toes, the ankle, the arches, and also getting into the back of the calf, giving that a lovely stretch. And people don't realize how important toe mobility and foot mobility is. Especially as we get older and we start to have arthritis and all these things. If your toes seize up, you then have to walk with your knees high. And then it's going to give you issues with your hips and everything else. So it's really important that as we get older, I should do it on the other foot, we are still bending the toes and getting this lovely range of motion within those toe joints and the ankles. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. I have a band, which I'm going to be using a little bit later on. You could use a towel. Yeah, you could use a towel. And then I have a block for my head in case I need it. So the first thing we're going to start with is something called prancing. And we actually do these on the reformer as well. So have your feet hip-width apart, and we're going to have one leg is bent, one leg is straight. So with the bent leg, what I want you to pay attention to is the pelvis. So I'm going to exaggerate how we're not going to do it. Feels a bit weird. Okay, what we are going to do is bend one foot and then change. And what we are trying to do is keep these hips balanced even the whole time, so they're not wiggling and they're not hip hiking. And the other thing we are trying to keep in alignment is the knee joint, so the knee's not rolling in. So if you've got a set of mirrors, this is a fantastic one to do in front of the mirrors. So have your fingertips on your hip bones, stand nice and tall, feet are hip width, and let's just start with bending the right foot. So the feet don't slide forward and back. Okay, it's not like a Michael Jackson move. When you bend your toes are still in line with the other toes. So just check that your knees not rolling in and you're nice and tall and those hips are in line with each other. So your fingers should stay in that alignment. Okay. So now you're really trying to push onto the ball of the foot. And then bring the heel down. As you send your weight over to your right side, be aware that there's no movement there, and then bend the left leg. The toes stay in alignment with the other toes, and you're really trying to get in. And then bring it down and change. So now we're going to add in this little lift. So as you come into it, lift onto both, drop one down. Lift onto both, drop one down. But your focus is the pelvis. Okay, so the pelvis is not, it's very hard to do these things weirdly. Everything stays in alignment. So there's this beautiful flow with the lift and the dropping. So if you're keeping your knees slightly bent with the straight leg, it's going to help you to keep the rhythm. Otherwise, you'll find that there's going to be a lock in it, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep that flow. So hopefully, it's very hard on this sore foot. Hopefully, my knees are staying in the right place. So really trying to push when you send that knee forward. And don't worry about, if you've heard, don't put your knees past your toes, it's bad for you. It's not bad for you. It depends if you're putting a load of weight. Like if you're going to do a squat, we haven't got any weight in that knee because the weight is in that foot. So you really want to try and push it forward so that you can get right into the crease where your toes are. And then we'll switch. Like I said, it's a bit hard on my right foot. I'm really sorry. So push it forward and up. Oh. And just trying to get that nice flow. I should do these more often, actually, even though it is a little painful. I said to Paul, can you give me a massage on my foot? It'll be sore. So we're just warming up those feet for the next one, which you may or may not like. Good. A little bit of balance work as well. And then bring it down. So now we're going to come onto the back with the band. Okay, and I'm actually going to put my head this side. Sometimes work with my left foot first, which is the better foot. So I want you to take the band and you're going to pop it behind the toes where you have the crease of the foot, where we've just been working into. So your toes will be sticking out, and then straighten the leg up towards the ceiling. Now, if you want to, you can straighten your right leg. That's going to give you a little bit more of a hamstring stretch. So you can do that as well if you want to, or you can have that right leg slightly bent. So have it a little bit loose just to start with. So we're going to point the toes up towards the ceiling. Now, when you point the toes, I want you to think that the ball of the foot is actually doing the point. So if you think of like wearing 8-inch stilettos, or, you know, imagine you've got those ballet shoes on. So you can see the effort is coming out the ball of the foot. Now from here, I want you to grab hold of the band with the toes. So imagine you're trying to pick a pencil off of the floor. You might feel this down the front of the foot. Now keep holding that pencil as you flex your foot. So as you flex in the foot, those toes should still be curled over the band. Now, this might take a few tries because it's a very odd thing for your brain to do. It's actually a very good brain exercise as well. And then we're going to release the toes. So point up towards the ceiling, grab hold of the band with the toes. Imagine there's a pencil. Now you're going to flex the foot, but keep holding the pencil so your toes are curled over. Now, if you want to go a little deeper, you can start to pull the band a little bit. Ooh, feel that in the back of the calf. Release your toes. So point, grab hold of the band, flex, release. Point, take hold of the band, flex the foot, but keep those toes curling over, and release. And I can feel the toes on the other foot are also doing it. So point, take hold, flex, release. Now, if you're not feeling too much here, make sure this knee's straight and it's also not far away from you, okay? We want to have this as high as you can get it. Point, take hold of the band, flex, oh yes, and release. Good, last one. Point. These are called cherry picking. Take hold of the band, flex, just hold it there, whoo, and then release. Good. Bend your leg. Let's see how this foot does now. So you're going to have your, can you see how that toe's just hanging there? So you're going to have the leg straight again. Now you're going to point. You're going to take hold of the band. You can see how my toes don't really want to do anything. And then flex, and then release. So send the ball of the foot up towards the ceiling. Imagine you've got 8-inch stilettos on. Grab hold of the band, and then flex. Release. Ball, grab hold of the band, pull it down, and release. These are fantastic for me. Ball of the toe, grab hold of the pencil, pulling it back and release. Ball, toes, flex, release. Ball, toes, flex, release. We'll do one more. Ball, toe, flex, and release. I can feel there's some muscles not working quite like they should. And then just take it off. Good. So give yourself a little rock into seated or roll onto your side. And then just bring yourself up. Oh dear. I'm waiting for an appointment, so hopefully one day it'll get sorted. So I hope you enjoyed that foot class. Like I said, we don't spend enough time working with foot mobility, ankle mobility. So I hope you enjoyed that class. Do them often, and that will help with your walking well into the future. So take care, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.